Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Royal Majesty, King Taki Tekutru II, the King of the Ghana State, honorable ministers here gathered, honorable members of Parliament, heads of sector agencies, heads of educational institutions, students and leaders of the future, our friends from the media, good people of Ghana, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure one more time to welcome you to the Salvation Army Cluster of Schools Park as we support His Excellency the President to fulfill a promise that he made as he toured various parts of this country while he went to seek the blessing of the people to elect him to become president of this nation. Today, His Excellency the President, ably supported by his Education Minister, members of Parliament, and more importantly, the chief custodian of the culture of the land on which we're on, are making this very symbolic gesture to ensure that the problem of menstrual health and menstrual hygiene in our schools with our girls is solved for good. I'll start off this afternoon by paying respects to our dignitaries who are here to support His Excellency for this very important launch. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge the sitting member of Parliament for this area, who's also a former mayor of Accra, Honorable Alfred Oko van der Poy. Shall we do a big round of applause for him? Seated next to the MP for the area is the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Professor Ernest Kofi Davis. I'd also like to duly acknowledge the presence of the Greater Accra Regional Minister, who is also the Member of Parliament for the Krowo constituency, Honorable Agnes Na Momo Late. Beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. That's what happens when you haven't had a glass of pineapple juice in a while. Please forgive me. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I now introduce to you the Honorable Minister for Education, who's also a Member of Parliament, Honorable Haruna Idrisu. He's here ably supported by his co-pilot, his Deputy Minister, who's also a sitting Member of Parliament, especially for the Busa South constituency, Honorable Clement Apark. Please permit me to also pay my respects to the Member of Parliament for the Asokwa constituency, who's also Deputy Minority Leader in Parliament and a member of the Education Committee, Honorable Patricia Apieje. I'd also like to duly acknowledge the presence of a Deputy Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs and a Member of Parliament representing the La Dade Kutupong constituency, Honorable Rita Odole Sowa. Hajia Zuwaira Ibrahim is the Member of Parliament for Salaga South and Vice Chair of the Gender Committee in the Parliament of Ghana. Shall we do a big round of applause? And now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please help me with a big round of applause to do one more big welcome to the first gentleman of the land, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Mr. John Dramani Mahama. And now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are a people of culture. We are a people with an identity. We are a people who trace our roots to the foundations that our forefathers laid. It is very important that whenever we want to undertake a major project such as this, which is to launch the free sanitary pad for girls in school initiative, it's important to have the blessing of the people and the people who stand before the people in our various traditional areas. Here on this land, there's a man who also has a very big heart for our children and has a soft spot for the area of education in our country because he believes very much in the ideals of education and what it can do for our nation. A known philanthropist whose work since he ascended to the throne is heavily and well documented, and a man who has the development of our children at heart. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, he has been the government chair since the year 2017. And one of the key areas that he has focused on are areas of health, girl-child education and health, and various social interventions. Today, he plays the role of our chairperson for this very important occasion, and it's my pleasure now to introduce him for his opening remarks as he gives his blessing for the President's initiative and this launch. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, shall we do a big round of applause as we give way for King Taki Teiko Tru II, the Gaman Chair, President of the Traditional Council, and our chairperson for today to address us.
Ago chamaganwe, ago nime kaname, abiasuma, gafeche, abete fafadi, ishibami, tamambia yui, ago chamaganwe.
Ago nime kaname, ago chamaganwe. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, the Honorable Minister of Education, the Honorable Minister of Gender, the Paramount Chiefs of Sempe and Abula, children, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, friends of the media, Ago,
Amen.
Ago,
Amen.
Ago.
Amen.
It is an honor and a great responsibility to chair this significant event as we begin a darling project aimed at improving lives of our young children, especially the girl child, promoting their rights to quality education. Many of our girls go through major challenges month after month, making them miss school for days. As the custodian of Ghana tradition, one of the first things I embarked on after my installment is a Girl Child Project, which is at the heart of all my programs. It is important that nothing stops the girl child from transiting from one level to the other. I support initiatives that provide support systems that ensure that the girl child gets well educated, healthy, empowered, and to take up her rightful possession in society. Realizing her full potential, I am a believer in the profound statement of the renowned Ghanaian educationist, Dr. Kwigrin Agri, that said, if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But when you educate a woman, you educate a whole nation. That is why I firmly believe in the enrollment, retention, completion, and achievement of girls in basic schools and tertiary schools. It is indeed right that I fully support and applaud His Excellency, the President, John Dramani Mahama, for taking this lead in this project. There is a role that traditional leadership must play, and as custodians of our culture and values, we have a scared responsibility to protect the dignity and well-being of the girl child. In many of our communities, tradition once created safe and respected spaces for girls. Times have changed, leaving most of these young girls without proper guidance. But as traditional leaders, we can lead the charge to reverse this by opening the conversation, supporting programs like this, and by ensuring no harmful cultural practice stands in the way of the girl child's health and education. Today, we break the silence with action. We guys have a belief that fali femo mlinghi wale papayo. Cleanliness leads to good health. In my role as chair of this groundbreaking launch, I have high hopes for the initiative and pray that it will continuously be countrywide. Let us all rally behind this enterprise. And from our traditional leaders, parents, and all stakeholders, may these policymakers ensure its success and its sustainability. On this note, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to accept this chair role and this historic lunch. Chanu Manyaba.
Yo, we are done.
Another round of applause for His Royal Majesty for graciously accepting to be the chairman for today's ceremony. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, just behind us, as part of the cluster of schools, there is the John Dramani Mahama Basic School, and we have been joined by pupils of the school. So all pupils of JDM, please rise on your feet, come forward, and let His Excellency see you. Pupils of JDM Basic School. So, Your Excellency, these are pupils of your school here on this hallowed grounds for today's ceremony. Thank you very, very much. Nat, please.
Thank you very much, Larry. Your Excellency, Your Royal Majesty, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this program is live on the Joy News channel, on Wezo TV, TV Africa, Sagani TV, Channel 1, and Pan-African TV. We're also grateful to all media outlets and blogs who are carrying this program and various aspects of it to the rest of the world. And now at this time, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome here the minister who's collaborating very greatly with the Education Ministry to execute this project. They have been a very, very important force in putting together the technical run and the execution plan for this project. Please help me with a big round of applause to welcome up here Dr. Agnes Na Momo Late, the Honorable Minister for Gender, Children, and Social Protection.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, the Minister of Education, Honorable Ministers of State, Gamanche, Members of Parliament, Directors of the Ministries of Gender and Education, Departments and agencies gathered here, civil society organizations, our revered traditional leaders, head teachers, pupils, friends of the media, distinguished guests, good afternoon to you all. I am honored to, on behalf of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Her Excellency Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, the first female Vice President of Ghana, to welcome you to this all-important event, which is the official launch of the free distribution of sanitary pads to basic school students and SHS students across the country. This initiative, which is a fulfillment of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's first 120 days of social contract, could not have come at a more appropriate time as this, as it aims to improve menstrual hygiene management among girls and to also reduce absenteeism and stigma and support the overall well-being and academic performance of the girls. Mr. President, distinguished invited guests, today marks a significant step forward in our collective journey toward achieving gender equality, improving menstrual hygiene management, and removing one of the most persistent barriers to girls' education and well-being in our country. Menstrual hygiene is a major health issue affecting girls of reproductive age worldwide. School-age girls in marginalized communities face the largest barriers of menstrual hygiene management, as many schools do not have the necessary facilities supplies, knowledge, and understanding to appropriately support girls during menstruation. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, in Ghana, over 5 million girls are in their menstrual period, out of which most of them lack proper access to menstrual hygiene materials, especially sanitary pads. Meanwhile, proper menstrual hygiene management is integral to achieving several of the Sustainable Development Goals, notably Goal 3, to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being of all at all ages. Goal 4, to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Goal 5, to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. As we begin this initiative, let us work assiduously towards improving the health and well-being of girls through intense advocacy and awareness on menstrual health management. Distinguished guests, the launch of this initiative is a call to action for stronger partnership and collaboration towards building a society where no one is left behind as a result of biological makeup. Let us commit to working hand in hand to break the silence around menstruation, end poverty or period poverty, and create a society where every girl can thrive with confidence and pride, and indeed with dignity. I wish to once again warmly welcome all of you and to show immense appreciation to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. This is a bold step and it is historic. And I'm happy that all of us are witnesses to this great, great historic moment. I wish all of us a fruitful lunch, and I say thank you for your kind attention.
We're grateful to the Honorable Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Honorable Dr. Na Momo Late. Shall we do a big round of applause for her? Carrying the message to the rest of the world is important. The reason why I would like to once again say a very big thank you to the following networks for carrying this program live: Joy News Television, Wezo TV, TV Africa, Sagani TV, Channel 1, Pan-African TV, Channel MOE TV, and all others. We're very grateful to you. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of the team from the World Health Organization office here in Accra, Ghana. Shall we do a big round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen? Our children are blessed with so many different talents. One of these talents is having the blessing of art and different art forms. On a beautiful day like this, as we celebrate the subjects of our education and the most important element of our education, which is our children, we would like to celebrate some of the talents that they're blessed with. It's in that regard that our friends from the MOH Basic School will be treating us to a poetry performance. Shall we welcome them with a big round of applause?
The title of our poem is Menstrual Health and Hygiene for Girls for Quality Education. I am a girl. Yes, I am a girl. I am proud to be a girl. I experience menstruation. It is a monthly cycle. God, my creator, made it so. Menstruation cleans my body system and my inner being. Menstrual health for girls for quality education.
I know myself and I understand myself. I change over regularly to prevent urinary tract infections. Menstrual hygiene for girls prevents discomfort associated with menstruation, allowing girls to be punctual and excel in their education. Support the girls with the necessary resources. Thank you.
Jiani femo, he wale nemo ke fale femo ke hagbe ke bije. Koni amanya chose mo papa ya menu kase momi. Beke yo jimi, beke yo jimi. Mashimi chichi, ejake beke yo jimi. Mi fio yani, ejida nyon kome adebo ani femo. Atana animo, mi bolo le fele naka. Yani femo form mi gbemochole ni gbemochole mi fen chio kenken. Yani femo, he wale nemo ke fale femo. Chan beke bi ye, koni amena chose mo papa ya meni kase momni.
He milemie, ansa mi nuo mi esisi. For me, a chake mo pitio, koni mi kana sisi hela, lo samomwa wai na agba ikome. Yani femo, he wale namo, ke fale femo, ha mo e ahiya le keke, mo, e ha gbeke bi ye, na chose mo pakpa, ke nile pakpa. E ha ni ame follow school mi hu. Bomode koni oye obu agbeke bi ye keni bi ni aye ya ni fe momli nye wala don.
Dede.
Yes, ma.
Shine over no ya school. Eba lo eba. Ibi anegbeke bi neba la me small school ya kra mini sanepo ne. Dede. No ya bi ani nche bo ahun no phone dane. Ni ngbo uniform e when o ya school. Ba ke bi mi neba. Mi neba. Ofito he mini sanepo ne. Mibe no mini mafiambo. Ya say no. In quarter noko a table le shishi. Take and bring them. Sure. A sacre. Yewe Jumayo. Okeba. What I owe washing. Una ene. Injegbe fe and hambo ke function. Ene no ke echo afo shishin. Ke fon shisho jogba mommy. Ene bue oba wole neke. Chike benke. Oba wole neke. Koni la akpaba onulo. Shoye. Kogbena no batam masei. A sacre. Ye mame. Ye ni das one wo. Ye gana fwe. Any we kanana na queen. Queen. Oba, me no toya school.
I want to go to school, but I'm afraid my friends will laugh at me.
What? I'm a bang mobile mini hewo. Teshi no saw in Kebonya school. What is that? I'm an in bluff weba.
Today, what are we learning?
We are learning
All deserts. All deserts. What is it about?
the day yourself is smelling.
Don't talk about hotel.
The mother will come.
Sahara Desert. Ah, okay, I've seen that.
Sure, you know about we me fun
Who's the one
wadenche.
come?
Madam, good morning.
Good morning. What is the problem?
Madam, menelem balemi fusane me fun denche. Your children laughed at my daughter. Mine way fite small baba school me fun denche.
Dede, what is the problem? Which people have been laughing at you?
Madam, my friends.
Madam, don't worry. I'll solve this problem.
I know sortly out see me fun.
Children, come around.
What has happened?
Have you been laughing at Dede?
Hey, Dede.
But Dede said they have been laughing at her.
Madam, please, I'm not the one. No, Queen Star. Are you not the one?
Queen Star is who?
I don't know anything about it. It's the boys.
My boys again. What has happened?
Madam, please, it's Azaria.
Azaria, what has happened?
It is Benedict. Hey, have you seen me doing something? It's Kojo.
Madam, please, it is Bella. She has been saying something about some smell.
Bella again. What has happened?
Madam, please, sometimes when we get closer to Dede, she smells.
She smells like cow.
I don't know.
Yes.
Ole no re. Ole no re. Dan embele nje funye ba na me bi enmene.
Please, she smells like a rotten fish.
Oh,
Me rotting
Mildred.
fish. Mini sanene.
Dede, what is happening? Why did they say you are smelling?
Madam, it's my mother. She has been giving me concoction to drink and buet to wear.
Concussion. Why? Are you sick? Mama, why is Dede not well?
Beke afe ya ni a chobwe. Me a chuchu eno ni wa yusu. E wano non le ake ma yusu.
Mama Bue, what is Bue?
Ole bue. Oh, mini sanene. Cloth. Mama bue.
Oh, Mama, you mean tampoon. The
Hey,
English
naka
name is
chole.
tampoon.
What are you washing?
Anyway, get seated and let me educate you on menstrual health and hygiene. Mama, you to sit down so that you're not going to give Dede Bue and concussion to drink again.
Hey, when I'm your student here, mini sanene. I'm a tashimo.
So, menstrual health and hygiene refers to how to take good care of your body during menstruation. So, unfortunately, yesterday, some girl, she stained herself. And I was finding it so difficult to get pads and panties. So today when I was coming, I decided to bring a lot of panties. Thanks be to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his vice, Her Excellency Jenana Opokoa Jemai. Now we have lots of pads. And we are launching it today. Oh.
Hey, what are you washing? Yay.
Mildred, come and help me to share this. So let me educate you on how to use the pads. Give me one. Give me one.
Give me one.
So, Mama, this is how the pad looks like, and this is the pan.
Ayo inu.
So, you open the rubber this way, and then you remove it. Then you peel off the paper at the back and stick it into the inner part of the pants. And then close the floppers.
Hey, madam, nanu, ben the can wole. I'm a woman.
So So this is how it looks like. I hope the day you go and practice it.
Yes.
So go to the washroom and refresh yourself. Let's break the stigma around periods. Prioritizing menstrual health and hygiene is essential for every girl and woman. Together,
Let's create
a more supportive and inclusive environment.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President, for giving us part. Thank you, we love you so much. Hey,
Thank you, Mr. President, for giving us part.
oh,
Thank you for giving us part.
Thank you, Nana J, for giving us part. Thank you, we love you so much. Thank you, Nana J, for giving us part. Thank you, for giving us part.
Thank you.
Sacre.
Well, they sure did display a bit of humor and some very good acting skills. Maybe someday in the future we'll be seeing them after going through a bit of security and having to sign some autographs as well. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we do a big round of applause as we congratulate our friends from MOH Basic School. They've done a wonderful job in telling us the story in brief. At this time, I'd like to say a very big thank you to the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Sunyani West constituency, who's here to support His Excellency the President for this special initiative. Also, I say a very big welcome to the Honorable Elikplim Makrugu, who is the Member of Parliament for the Dom Kwabenya constituency. Shall we do a big round of applause for them? Our chairperson, the Gaman Chair, and President of the Traditional Council is here, ably supported by two of his paramount chiefs. The Mankralo of the Gun State, Ni Adote Otinto II, the Simpi Manche, is here with us as well. Shall we do a big round of applause? Also ably supported by the Chief Advisor of the Gun State, or the Atofoche of the Gun State, Ni Ahene Nunu, who is the Abula Manche. Shall we do a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? And now it gives me great pleasure to welcome here to the stage a man who has devoted himself to public service and played major roles when it comes to government over the years. He served this nation previously as Minister for Communications and has also served as majority and minority leader in the Parliament of Ghana. Currently, he serves this nation, specifically the people of the Tamale South constituency, as their Member of Parliament, and is serving us as Minister for Education. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Haruna Idrisu.
Thank you very much, Nathaniel. Your Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Republic of Ghana, our very able, distinguished, affable, Royal Majesty, Gamanche, King Takite Kuchru II, a solid believer in the girl child too. It could not be by coincidence that Excellency John Dramani Mahama, through the Minister for Gender, decided that you should ably chair today's ceremony. My colleague, the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, the Regional Minister, Deputy, I almost said Deputy Majority Leader, that I'm reminded that President Mahama won an overwhelming majority. So Deputy Minority Leader, Ma Pat, and a proud member of the Education Committee of Parliament, who also holds the torch of the girl child and support for women very high. Thank you for coming. Director General, Ghana Education Service, Chief Director, Ministry of Education, Chief Director, Ministry of Health, heads of agencies present, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are here once again to celebrate what I would describe as an enduring legacy of John Dramani Mahama. And I begin noting, those of you who are students of history, so you can begin writing, that forever it will be part of Ghana's history that it was under John Mahama's ring and tenure that Ghana got its first ever female vice president. A reflection of his faith, unwavering faith and belief in the potential of the girl and the woman demonstrated. Then today again, the making of history. I'm sure again I can say unparalleled, that it will go into our history that no president under the Fourth Republic, if I want, I can extend it under since independence. But I'll narrow myself so that deputy leader tomorrow, when he asks for budget support, I don't suffer in the corridors of parliament. But at least no president in our living history would have been said that he prioritized women mental and hygienic health after today's ceremony than Excellency John Dramani Mahama. A historical fact. So mine today is to introduce him, but before I go into that, I have the permission of Mr. President as he's addressing. A number of you here are teachers. One of your major concerns the President just referred to me is that in his campaign rounds, many of you who are Deputy Director Generals of Education suffer to hold the ladder above you to become directors because of the unavailability of office space. President John Dramani Mahama has directed the GES and the Ministry of Education that henceforth all those deputy directors be given their legitimate promotion. But accept that even without offices, they will still serve the GES in the capacity of directors. Accordingly, a decision of his legacy as President of the Republic of Ghana. Today's milestone, in my words, is to say a terminal end to the unbearable emotional trauma and indignity that young girls go through responding to the natural call. Excellency John Dramani Mahama says from today, you will give a terminal end to that strife and to that struggle, so that no girl child in Ghana will absent herself from school, have her dignity compromised, as we watch in the drama, because of undergoing this natural biological process. So I'm happy President Mahama himself is here to do us the honor of the luncheon. It will improve attendance and retention in our schools and consequently enhance academic performance. Under President Mahama, sometime by the end of this year, he is dedicating himself to the promotion of mathematics, science, and engineering education STEM. So from primary 4 to primary 6, STEM kits and STEM cells will be introduced for all learners at that level to get exposure to science, mathematics, and engineering education. The Ghana Education Trust Fund in the process of securing those STEM cells for use by upper primary 4 and upper primary 6. It is also the vision and dream of Excellency John Dramani Mahama that from senior high school to every Ghanaian student will have an option to choose between one major foreign language, French, Spanish, German, Chinese, or any other compulsory one language to accompany your area of study. that will also be introduced as part of our review of curricula. I understand that there is a cultural display before Excellency John Dramani Mahama will come and give his keynote as we line this. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, emphasis of the John Dramani Mahama administration from next year will be to invest more in quality basic education. That is not to say he will de-emphasize free senior high school. Appropriately as he used the word, he will review it. We are expecting to receive the report of the National Education Forum a couple of days ahead of us, and will subject it to scrutiny and make appropriate recommendations that secure the future of Ghanaian children, not to abandon investment in higher education. I'm happy to announce that it's a vision and desire of President Mahama that each region of Ghana will have a dedicated university of its own. Accordingly, President Mahama, it is his dream and vision that the Bunsu University will be expanded. And therefore, when we are doing the law, it will take care of a campus in Ohio and the Volta region, another campus in Kenyasi, and another campus in Achirensua, in order that those satellite campuses will support the development of a full-fledged Bunsu University with 3 additional campuses. The Veterinary College of Pongtamale will be added as a new department to the University for Development Studies, whilst President Mahama works to ensure that each region of Ghana has a dedicated university of its own. Mr. President, before I introduce you, I'm also happy to note that I will soon be introducing and seeking your support in Cabinet for the establishment of a Technical Vocational Education Trust Fund, a TVET fund. We'll be looking to see if we can earmark 1% of oil revenue to support technical and vocational education and to learn from the German example. On this note, the cultural display, you may want to take over from me, Nathaniel. I have the honor to invite His Excellency, but he will come after your display to address us. Thank you, Mr. President.
And we're grateful to you, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, Minister for Education of the Republic of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me acknowledge him and appreciate him some more. Would like to say a very big thank you to the members of the Education Select Committee of Parliament, led by their chair, who are here with us in their numbers. We duly acknowledge the presence of the Majority Chief Whip in Parliament, Honorable Roxanne Nelson Dafiamakbo, who is also the Member of Parliament for the Akachi North constituency. Shall we do a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? We are grateful to the Member of Parliament for the Kintampo South constituency, Honorable Felicia Ajay, who is also a member of the Gender Committee in Parliament. Shall we do a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Considering that this has to do with girl-child education, we have quite a number of our regional organizers of the ruling NDC. Shall we put our hands together for them as well? We're very grateful to you for the massive support giving His Excellency for this much-awaited launch. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome our friends from Bishop Girls Basic School for a cultural display, after which we would have drum appellations from the Ada Technical and GOM DA Basic Schools. Shall we do a big round of applause as we welcome them?
Whatever.
Oh, Shibaba. Oh, Shibaba. Shibaba. Baba, Baba, Shibaba. Oh, Shibaba. Hey, I de with you. De with you. Minya de with you, my boss.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will have special appellations, just like it's done in our traditional setting when we're getting ourselves ready to listen to words of wisdom from a person of great importance. In this case, our guest of honor, who will be performing the very much awaited launch of the special initiative for free sanitary pads for girls in school. While they get themselves ready for the appellations, I would like to say a very big thank you to the MP for the area, Honorable Latif Dunn, the MP for the Ablikuma Central constituency, who is observing from the miles away, but his team obviously is here with us and are giving His Excellency the needed support for this very important occasion. Also, once again, would like to say a very big thank you to the Honorable Majority Chief Whip in the Parliament of Ghana, who's also the Member of Parliament for the South Dai constituency, Honorable Roxanne Nelson Dafiamekbo. Shall we do a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen?
for girls, for quality education. Okoli klenye zuno. Ake ago gana bime. Ngakugo jome anyagbate. Gana bime. Delo dene baloba. Baneba ye esiwono. Mweno di mweno. A woman's menstruation is her strength. It is a potent reminder of female power and fertility. Your flow is a river of life, a symbol of womanhood. A man bleeds for agony and for misery, but a woman bleeds for joy and to create a new life. So, my dear girls, love your cycle. Embrace your period. It is a sign of your strength. Periods are natural. So is dignity. Your period is a reminder of your strength and resilience. Menstruation is a natural process, not a gender issue. It is not a curse, but a gift that allows women to connect with their bodies and the earth. Periods are part of your journey, not your setback. Menstrual health is a human right. Good hygiene gives better period vibes. It is time to take period shame into period pride. My dear girls, today is a great day. A day to celebrate. A day to wipe away our tears. Another promise fulfilled by Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Her Excellency Vice President Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman. Jehano Wanine Suase.
Nine, our lack of sanitary products has come to an end. Poor menstrual hygiene management has come to an end. All thanks to Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Her Excellency Vice President Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman. 24-hour economy ra. My dear girls, our education is no more at stake. No more absenteeism. No more societal stigma. End of period poverty. Beginning of period positivity. Your Excellency, Ayako, you are the best. Every girl deserves safe period. And the dignity that comes with it. Free sanitary products will serve a lot. It is the best.
Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Her Excellency Vice President Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman. Ghanaians really appreciate your effort. Thank you for caring. Ghana mabime. Nyemoi mikwane da kanyela anonyamche John Dramani Mahama. Dear Ghanaians, thank you for choosing Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama. deliver your keynote address. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we welcome His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Mr. John Dramani Mahama. And on that note, we also say a very big thank you to our friends from the Adan Technical and GOM DA Basic School. Shall we do a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen?
Kindly be seated. Thank you very much. Well done. Thank you very much. I mean, when you see our daughters perform like this, you just get a great hope for the future of our country. I want to thank all our students who performed, their teachers who guided them to do this great performance. Indeed, until I watched this drama skit, I didn't know that the cloth that our mothers used to use in the past was called boué. So from now, no more boué. Boué will become a thing of the past. But let me go down memory lane. But first, let me acknowledge His Royal Majesty, King Takite Kochuru II, the Government Chair and President of the Ghana Traditional Council. Let me acknowledge our Ministers of State who are present, our Members of Parliament, the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, the Director General of Ghana Technical and Vocational Education and Training Service, all senior government officials, our development partners, our senior security officers, our civic society organization partners, officials from the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, our head teachers, and teaching and non-teaching staff of beneficiary schools, my dear students, my dear children, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to go down memory lane. In 2014, when I was president of Ghana, during, let me say, what we call my first coming, my vice president was Nana Jane Opoku-Agyemang. My education minister was Jane Nana Opoku-Agyemang, who currently is my vice president. And as education minister, she led the negotiation of an agreement with the World Bank, which was called the Secondary Education Improvement Program, the SAPE. Now, under the SAPE, it had different components. But I remember one of the major components was scholarships for brilliant but needy girls, support for girls in maths, education, and technology. But a component of the loan was meant for a pilot program in supplying girls in school with sanitary products. It was then, for the first time, I got acquainted with the challenges that our girl child faces in school during their usual menstrual cycle. And it was then I learned that for many of them, for a certain number of days during the month, they refrain from going to school because they are afraid of soiling themselves and being the laughing stock of their peers. And so that pilot was undertaken, but I remember when we tried to pass it through Parliament, for the first time, it sounded very strange. And for those who were in Parliament at the time, they'll remember our opposition bench called it the pad loan, if you remember. And a lot of mockery was made that a government will go to take a loan to supply sanitary pads for girls, because at the time, this challenge was not very well understood, even by members of Parliament. Today, I'm happy that everybody accepts that this is the right thing to do, because it is a natural process of creation. the menstrual cycle our daughters go through every month. It's just their identity as women. And God created them to go through that so that they can exercise their reproductive function of the human race, so that we can reproduce ourselves. And that is why every month they have to go through that inconvenience. And the least we can do is to support them and assist them with what they need to be able to go through it with dignity and with hygiene. And so I'm happy that today we've reached this point. Everybody accepts that we should invest national resources in order that our girl children can have confidence to be able to go to school without fearing that they will become the laughingstock of their friends. And so, like I said, mothers, you don't need to give your children buoy anymore. We will supply them with the proper sanitary products to be able to go to school. Thank you very much. Having said that, I wish to extend the greetings of Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman to all of you. I spoke to her yesterday, and I told her we were going to miss her at this event because this is a program that is very dear to her. She said to say hello to all of you and to say she's recuperating and catching a bit of rest. She's very well, and that soon she will join us, to continue to prosecute the reset agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, today we take a bold step forward, not just in education policy or healthcare, but in hope for the girl child. Today is a message to every girl in Ghana that you matter, that your dreams matter, and your future is worth every investment that we can make in it. I stand before you to officially launch the National Sanitary Pad Distribution Program, a promise we made and are proud to have fulfilled. This initiative is more than just the distribution of sanitary pads. It is a clear declaration that no girl in Ghana should miss school because of her menstrual period. Far too many of our daughters, our nieces and sisters have missed out on education, not because they lack the academic intelligence and the flair or the will or the ambition, but simply because they lack access to proper sanitary products. Research has shown that girls can miss up to 5 school days each month, amounting to nearly 40 days of schooling a year. This is not just a statistic. It represents a young girl falling behind in class, losing her confidence, and struggling to catch up because of what is a natural biological process. This reality is unacceptable. In Ghana, where we aim for progress, equity, and justice, this must not continue. Menstruation should never be a reason for exclusion or shame. It should not be a barrier to education or self-achievement. And that is why this program exists, to remove one of the silent yet powerful obstacles standing in the way of our girl child dreams. We are acting today to restore hope to the girls who thought they had to sit out for several days every month, hope to parents who worried about how to provide these essential products to their daughters, and hope to a nation that wants every child to rise regardless of their background or their gender. This program is a multi-ministerial collaboration involving 3 ministries: the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, and the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning. It also aligns with our national goals and global commitments, particularly the SDG 4, which says quality education, and SDG 5, which talks about gender equality. But beyond that, it is rooted in something more profound. It is rooted in our values as Ghanaians, our belief in fairness, in dignity, and equal opportunity for all our children, whether they are boys or girls. So today I say to every girl child in Ghana, you are not alone, you are not forgotten, and you are not invisible. We see you, we believe in your potential, and we will stand with you every month, every term, and every year. To our parents, I say, you have carried this burden for too long, having to choose between books, food, fees, and sanitary products. Help is here, and help is here to stay. This is not a one-time gesture. This is a sustained policy commitment, and we will expand it with your support and your feedback. To our teachers, headmistresses, and headmasters, you are on the front line of education. You see the tears of our girls. You note their absence from school, and you note their struggles. Now you will see a transformation in our girls. They will show up to school with confidence. They will come to class with dignity, and they'll be able to focus on the lessons that you teach. This program is for you because avoidable challenges should not undermine the efforts that you make to bring up these children. To our development partners and civil society actors, I thank you for raising your voices. I thank you for standing with our girls. This program is proof that when we listen, when we collaborate, and when we act, we can bring about real change. To the private sector and our traditional leaders, I call on you to join us, partner with us. Let us build the local capacity for domestic sanitary pad production. Let us create jobs while keeping our girls in school. Let this become not just a social program, but a growing national enterprise. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing more than launching a policy. We're nurturing a movement that protects the future of our girls, a movement that celebrates their resilience, a movement that finally tells them in action and not just in words that our girls, you belong in the classroom, you belong in the science laboratories, you belong on the sports field, you belong in leadership, and you belong in Ghana's future that we are building together. So let us walk forward not with pity but with purpose. Let us walk forward not with shame but with pride. And let us walk forward not with fear but with hope. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, it is my honor and privilege to officially launch the National Sanitary Pad Distribution Program, a promise made and a promise kept, a challenge embraced, and a bright future for every girl in our dear country, Ghana. May God bless our girls. May God bless all parents. May God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
And His Excellency will go over to the dummy monument. And this is what a pack of sanitary pads look like. A pack of 12 super wings as it's described. And he will be joined by our chairperson, His Royal Majesty King Taki Teku True II, the two sector ministers, and our special guests. And to all our friends, especially the girls here, would like to perform a very important exercise at this time as we mark the launch of this special national launch for the free sanitary pads for girls in schools. We'll do a countdown from 5 to 0. And when we get to 0, I want all of you to raise the pieces that you have, and we'll all shout a big hooray to mark this. Are we all ready? I can't hear you. Are we all ready? So together, as a family and as a people, we start the countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0! We're very grateful to you, Your Excellency. We're grateful to you, Your Royal Majesty King Taki Teku True II. And now they'll go over to take their seats. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Shall we do a very big round of applause as His Excellency takes his seat now? We're also grateful to all other divisional chiefs who are supporting our chairperson today, specifically the Industrial Chief of Accra and the King's Chief of Staff, as well as the President of the Greater Accra Market Women's Association. Shall we do a big round of applause for them? Also, we say a very big thank you to Honorable Frank Nkansa, who is the MCE nominee for Ablekuma Central by His Excellency the President. Thank you very much. Here for today's launch. We're grateful to the Parliament of Ghana, who are represented by various ends of leadership. Minority Leader of Parliament, the Majority Chief Whip, who is here, with all other committees, the subcommittees of Education and Gender, and also all other collaborative agencies under the two ministries. To Traditional Authority, whose presence here are represented by the King of the Ga State and the President of the Ga Traditional Council, King Taki Teku True II, who has given the spiritual blessing of our ancestors to this project. We say we're eternally grateful to you. We're also grateful to the Directors General of the Education Service of TVET and GTech. We're very grateful to you for your presence and the massive support you have given this program. As it is always said, when the proverbial cock crows tomorrow morning, it will be every single girl child in this country saying a big thank you to all of you for supporting His Excellency the President to deliver the launch of this much-awaited project. And now at this time, I'd like to welcome up here for our final prayer. This will be a Muslim prayer. Shall we invite our Sheikh to join us here? Shall we do a big round of applause as he makes his way here?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم
Hello again, this is Channel 1 TV, and just gone by was a live broadcast of the launch of the free sanitary pads program, an initiative by the government to help young girls across the country navigate their menstrual periods without having to worry about access or affordability. And we're told that about 290 million cedis has been voted in the national budget for this particular program. Now that it's been launched, what is left is this implementation, and trust us here on Channel 1 TV to keenly monitor that implementation process and inform you, our cherished viewers, on the progress. I'm Charles Osukumi. We now return to regular programming.
My name is Hamdi Abdul-Latif. I'm an eco-feminist and a menstrual health advocate. I'm the founder and team lead at EcoMe Africa, and we are working to fix the menstrual health and waste challenge in Ghana and across Africa. So at EcoMe Africa, we are an eco-inclusive, social impact-driven organization that work with women and girls along the value chain to locally produce high-quality, eco-friendly, reusable sanitary pads. And we do this along with menstrual and reproductive